We just won the game. Toronto Raptors got that #1 claim. Landed the pick, yo, it's time to celebrate. Bro, country vibes, we're gonna dominate. In the six, we're the kings of the court. Raptors on fire, man, we're never gonna fall short. Drake's repping hard, he's our #1 fan. We're heading to the draft, gotta make a bold stand. Jump man, we in full swing. Raptors got the pick, we're the draft kings. North of the border, we got that northern pride.
Draft lottery is tonight, folks. We are hyped up. We're back out here on the live streams. We are hyped. This is the biggest moment of the season for the Toronto Raptors. I gotta get this weird country music back off the go here. Some AI generated music ready to cook. But folks, welcome to first live stream in a long minute. I gotta update I gotta fix this camera. This tech setup has been rough. We're not used to it, but we got the shrined Adam Silver there in the background. We got the stream playing over there live here now at this point, and we are pumped up. We are excited to break down where we're gonna get this draft pick, to see where the Raptors will land at the NBA draft. I think I have the right channel on. It's countdown now. It's 4:28 Newfoundland time, so we're ready to cook. We're ready to rock on this stream right here now. But pumped to have the chat going. Given a lot of working hard. Not a lot of videos lately on Raps Digest. Not a ton of news to cover, but that's gonna amp up. But we're also just grinded to amp up the video production setup a little bit. Things are about to get pretty crazy here on the channel, but pumped up to sort of get stuff rocking. What's happening, chat? Love seeing people back in here now at this point. Is this AI? Nah, that was me singing, folks. That was what was happening there. They're gassing up the Knicks Pacers series, which is pretty crazy. The OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, but we are here to break down the draft lottery, which should begin in 2 minutes from right now. So to give the details in terms of what's happening for the Toronto Raptors, why we care so much about tonight's draft lottery, because frankly, this really changes everything for this Toronto Raptors team, because we have our draft pick top 6 protected. If it ends up in the top 6 of this year's NBA draft, the Toronto Raptors keep their first round pick this season. And frankly, the Toronto Raptors, they could use that draft pick. Now, there's a few narratives going on before we dive into the probabilities, before we dive into the possibilities of what's going to happen tonight with this year's draft lottery. But basically, if the Toronto Raptors keep this draft pick, they get it a year earlier, but people are saying about this draft that it's a weaker draft. There's less great players in this year's sort of, crop of talent coming into the league. So maybe it's better off to keep our draft pick for next season, because basically, if we don't let our pick convey to the San Antonio Spurs, they get our draft pick for next year. So if we do keep our draft pick for this season, then it's going right out the door to San Antonio for 2025. Now, I've seen debates happening left, right, and center across Raptors land about what's the right move, what's the right approach, how should we be feeling? Even Masai Ujiri saying he doesn't really care either way, whether or not the pick conveys this season or it ends up leaving. But basically, I want it to convey. I need this pick to happen right now for a couple reasons. Because one, I think we're going to be, not championship contenders, I'd love to be pleasantly surprised, but not the upper echelon in the Eastern Conference next season. But I think the Toronto Raptors will be a lot better next year than they were this season. Might be a hot take. Everyone knows I'm a delusional optimist when it comes to this team, but I don't believe we'll be as low in the draft. And even if it's a weaker draft this year, I still believe a top 4 or number 6 pick in this year's draft is better than a 11th pick, a 12th pick, a 15th pick, a 20th pick. Let's not get too excited here on this stream here now at this point, but I'd much rather a very high guaranteed pick this year than one rooting to potentially tank next season, all that type of stuff. I want to go into next year with none of these tanking animations, none of these tanking graphics coming up on the screens, none of this sort of getting hyped about losing. I want none of that for next season. What I want right now is to come into next year amped up for our young group, for our young team, and make some stuff happen. So that's where I'm feeling, chat. Let me know if you guys throw throw yes in the chat if you want to see the Toronto Raptors keep this pick for this year's draft, or no in the chat if you want to see the pick end up conveying next year and watch the Raptors waste away another season. But basically, the draft lottery announcement, the draft lottery has begun. It's out there on the screen. They're showing a bunch of the prospects out there now. You know, it's gonna be a half-hour show, so we probably won't know for another 20 minutes, but we're gonna be watching it live. Getting amped, you know, we got the Adam Silver shrine in the background here, trying to keep things hyped, trying to keep things exciting, but then we will be able to keep it going. I'm seeing a lot of yeses, you know, a lot of yeses. Zane's out here saying yes, Killian's yes, you know, lots of yes. And Raps pick is top 3 protected. No, it's top 6 protected Cyclone. So the draft pick will convey to the Toronto Raptors if it's 6 or above. So that kind of leads us to the odd section, to, you know, the point where, hey, what's the probability of this actually happening? You know, obviously we'll know for sure in like 20 minutes, but we'll give a little reminder in terms of how it sort of looks. So basically for the Toronto Raptors, we have a 9% chance at landing that number 1 overall pick. Basically 9% chance at 1, 2, 3, and 4. Equal probability, essentially, unless you're getting into the micro stuff there. And then we also, there's 0% chance our pick lands at number 5, but there is an 8.64% chance our pick ends up at number 6. Unfortunately, there's a 30% chance and 34% chance, can I read? Yeah, 30% chance and 20% chance it falls at 7 and 8. And if that's the case, then that pick goes to the San Antonio Spurs. That's just how the cards will roll. It's how it'll all end up getting dealt out. So basically, that's sort of what we're looking at here. There's also probability ends up 9, 10th. Still goes to the Spurs there at this point. So it's about roughly a 45% chance the Raptors keep their pick for this season. And basically, there's a 55% chance it ends up going to San Antonio. So the yeses in the chat, I'm seeing a lot of people seem to be on my side of things in terms of wanting this pick to convey to the Toronto Raptors this season. And, you know, I'm in full agreement. I think that's sort of the route here. But before they're showing some of the graphics out there on the screen, I want to give a little I don't have the like spike animation. We're rehauling the whole setup here now at this point. But folks, make sure to like this stream if you appreciate the content. I'm getting more streams going this off season. Lots of fun, different stuff happening over the course of this year, but also make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you're interested into the streams, the videos, everything we be doing here on Raptors Digest. Chat, what's happening? What time does the draft start? You know, they're showing the Raptors on the screen there now. The draft lottery has begun. They're just sort of, you know, reminding people, doing the whole spiel about how this thing works the same way I just did but with the Toronto Raptors specifically in mind. But is the stream getting cut out? Let me know if the stream is sort of glitching, if it ends up sort of getting messy there at this point. But basically, the Spurs have it. I have no fair. Yeah, we got to keep this draft pick. This is what we have to do. We can't get finessed year after year. Obviously, we made the Chadius Young trade, which ended up getting us Koloko in a deal. Oh my, none of the graphics are working. This is a rough go. This is a rough go. Put together stream. We're kind of getting it rolling. Hope you guys are excited for what's called. Hope you guys are excited for the things we're getting rolling for Raps Digest. I got cable here now, so it's pretty safe. Hopefully my internet doesn't go out. Storming out here in Newfoundland here today. But basically, wait, do we lose the pick if we don't get top 6? That is correct. So cool cursive text that I can't read. We do lose the pick if it ends up being outside of the top 6. Goes to San Antonio, straight down to Texas. But we're not going to let that happen. We're out here knowing that this pick is coming in. You know, it's watch San Antonio get the first pick. Better not, man. That's Can you lead a prayer? Hey, I pray to all the basketball gods. I pray to Adam Silver here. I pray that we keep this draft pick. I am praying to all the basketball gods. Whoever's out there commands the NBA draft lottery odds, it's probably already picked. It's probably already selected. But I'm praying that this will end up being the Toronto Raptors. Heck, definitely not 7-8. Not even 6. Not 4, not 3, not 2. We want that number 1 pick, baby. We want that number 1 pick. We suffered through the tank to make sure that this happened. That's what we wanted. So that's what's on the go. I'm excited. I'm pumped up here now today, folks, getting this stuff going. But are we putting the stream on this stream? I can't legally do that, unfortunately, cheesy. But I do have the stream here. So live reactions, game coverage. We're covering this here now. What's happening, G? What's happening, bro? Good to see you. But great prayer. Appreciate Cosmic Cosmic Butt Hairs. But whatever you guys are doing at Tampa Lottery Draft, do it again. Hey, we were hyped up. We were live. We were getting this stuff going. So I'm excited. I'm confident. I'm confident that this is a possibility that will happen. The Raptors will be able to keep that pick. But basically, let's take a look briefly in terms of what we're looking at in terms of potential draft picks. Right now, obviously, we're situated at 6th best odds in the draft. So Rob Dillingham is the guy that could potentially fall to us. You know, him as a prospect. You know, for Kentucky, point guard 6'3", another guard for the Toronto Raptors. Knocks down threes, scores. You know, averaged last season 15 points per game, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. You know, some consistency was the thing with him, but interesting piece. But there's a few guys on this sort of draft list which we can dive into more. But Sarr is a guy I know a lot of Raptors fans are interested in. The other French folk, you know, Zachary, I always pronunciations and big research will be happening for videos coming forward in the future. But you know, we can land one of those top 2 picks. That's what we like to see. Another French number 1 overall pick. Wouldn't mind seeing that for the Toronto Raptors here, but the dinosaur, that's what we want to see at this point. Put a mirror behind you. Might be the play. It's we got the stream going here on the side, but not risking it here now until we test some stuff. But haven't been paying attention where Bronny's looking to go in this draft. The Lakers really want Bronny James. That's one thing that I've been following. The Lakers are probably going to draft him. I don't know if anyone else is going to end up picking him, but push to top 4, that is something that we need to happen. Folks, I'm pretty amped up. I'm pretty hyped about this. We got a couple songs going too. I don't know, played that one in the intro. Let's see what else we got here. I got some dance music out here for the for this draft lottery. You know, we're getting pumped up. Let's get moving out here in the chat. Let's get hyped up. Throw some W's out here for this Raptors group. AI generated Raptors music. We're getting pumped up for this video here today. LeBron James isn't performing as these pairs, so we don't really need him. But we need LeBron. Also, the music is going crazy here now at this point. I know how Clyde is. Bronny has declared for this draft. Zachy to steal, not at the number 1 pick. We're getting pumped up here. We're getting pumped up here for this draft. I don't know who they got speaking out here. People are getting interviewed as we're throwing our Raptors Digest sort of house music party. All the AI generated music ready to rock for this stream, for this one ready to go. But where do the Pacers picks that we got from the Siakam trade? So basically, the picks that the Toronto Raptors own in this year's draft, the one that gets determined tonight is the big one. You know, could be top 6 or it could be going to San Antonio Spurs. That's the big one for the Toronto Raptors. This is what the tank was for. All the losing, all the suffering was for tonight to improve our probability, to improve the odds in terms of what was happening for this draft pick. But basically, we have that dream. Other picks, the Toronto Raptors have the 19th overall selection from the Indiana Pacers trade. So that's what we got. And then we also got another pick in the Indiana Pacers deal, but we traded that one away to acquire Kelly Olynyk as well as Ochai Agbaji. So basically, that other pick is out the door. The imaginary pick where, you know, Masai Ujiri could have got us a finesse, could have got us first round pick for Bruce Brown. We could have got the Knicks pick, which would have been nice. No, that's not coming because we didn't trade away Bruce Brown. But we also have the Detroit Pistons second round pick, which is basically a first. It landed at number 31 overall. We're going to be taking a look at a bunch of different prospects that could potentially be coming here now at this point. I can't lie. I don't know if anyone's watching this actual, the live video of what's happening, but I thought Scotty Barnes was interviewing and he went bald, but I'll stop that. I'll stop that madness. But the draft is getting younger and younger, so it's hard to find talent on rookie contracts. That's fair. But of course, the Lakers got to keep LeBron in LA. Hey, we draft Bronny, we take him. We take him with the first overall pick, and we get LeBron. That's what's happening. I will pack Jakob Poeltl's bags if we land outside of the top 6. Yeah, that would be tough. That would be unfortunate. But do you think LeBronto makes sense? I mean, I wouldn't want to trade assets to bring in LeBron. We aren't built for this team to compete right now as is. But, you know, if LeBron wanted to come here, I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no whatsoever on that front. But at least if we lose out, we get our first or something. Yeah, we get our first next year. So that's there is a silver lining, but it's like I want that pick now. That pick is happening now. We set our pairs to the shrine of Adam Silver behind me here now at this point. We are getting amped up. We are getting closer and closer to this draft selection being revealed. So what is it? It's 4:41 here in Newfoundland. We people are going up to the stage. They're live commentary. We see Scotty Barnes out there in the good-looking jacket. People. Landry Fields. A little Landry Fields sighting out there for, I believe, the Atlanta Hawks. I think he's the GM of the Atlanta Hawks here now at this point. Is it on ESPN? Should be on ESPN. I think it's on TSN up here. I don't know what Sportsnet. Sportsnet in the top right corner. That's where you guys can watch it. But obviously, don't tune out of this live stream because we're giving that live reaction. We're getting amped up. We're getting hyped here, saying the anxiety is through the roof. I'm feeling a bit. I don't know how I'm feeling. This is the biggest moment. Like, the games this year felt a bit lackluster, especially in the second half of the season where people were injured and stuff. You're still rooting for the Toronto Raptors team, whichever way. You're still getting excited about the players out there on the court, but this feels like the biggest Raptors moment so far since pre-trade. This is where we're sort of at, where we're sort of getting hyped up. That's what's happening here. But basically, I think we swipe Bronny, make LeBron move so we can get the refs on our side. Just bench Bron until we need calls to win. Hey. That's Lakers fans. They don't agree. They don't think they get that call. But what time is it exactly? 4:43 exactly. That's what time it is now. I don't know what time the pick is ended up going to come out. If there's spoilers, if you guys are ahead of me, don't be spoiling things in the chat. I am on cable though, so I am one with the claw, and the claw is one with me. Hey, Kool-Aid. We're getting a new claw. I don't know. This is probably one of the least knowledgeable I've been on an NBA draft so far. I say that every year, though. I don't know too much about the draft till we lead up into the NBA draft sort of pre-videos, the research and stuff. But I had the Raptor shirt out here. We got the Adam Silver Shrine out here going. We're getting some stuff rocking. I can throw some country music back on if people want to get hyped up. But we're getting that number one pick. Bubs couldn't agree more. We are getting that number one overall pick. Saying, I'm so glad we traded away Precious with the way he's been playing lately against the Pacers. I'm going to keep it real. Precious been good for the Knicks. He's been good. He's up and down, but he's good. He's not a throw-in player into a trade. If we could have made that deal without Precious Achiuwa, I would have done it without Precious Achiuwa. But why are the players here? They're not getting drafted. They're, production value. Got to have the sort of look, the feel, the excitement, get the face out there and the personality, trying to build up the personal brands. You know how it is. But gods will be done for our Raptors. Hope so. Let's get hometown boy Zach Edey. Hope so, but not with our top 6 pick. Not with our top 6 pick. We can get Zach Edey at 19, I think. But heck, maybe we get him at 31. Masai Ujiri knows. I know people have turned on Masai. I know everything has happened here, but when it comes to drafting, this
Someone
man
cooked here.
He be out here cooking. He be out here cooking. Masai Ujiri certainly does. So I'm confident that things will start to turn around for the Toronto Raptors here now at this point. Bubs and saying hit that like button. Definitely hit that like button, folks. Let's get a little like spike going. Gotta get these animations, get everything cooked back. We're making some overhauls to the Raptors Digest setup, but they're not completed right now, so we had a little bit of a late start. But the commercial break is over, folks. We're getting amped up. We're getting pumped. We're getting some excitement there rolling. But we're getting this stuff rocking. But yes, no. Chat, are we keeping this pick? There's a 45% chance we keep this pick. I want to see what the chat is saying here right now about keeping this draft pick. Spam yes if you think we're keeping this draft pick, and spam no if you don't. If you're a hater. If you want to be wrong, spam no. We're getting that draft pick here. Can't hit on Masai. He got his championship exactly. Resign Trent for the culture. He gets buckets. I have still have faith. That's what he gets for the years of LeBron. Just come in and bench him. Love it. What time is the final draft? Is the draft? The draft hasn't happened yet. It's on the way. So Raptors have a 9% chance. They're showing that on the board there now. We're not in the top little group that they have in terms of graphics. But basically, it's coming in. So, folks, if we see someone jump over us in the sort of draft selections, that's going to be a bad sign. It's starting to begin. Things are starting to sort of heat up. People are saying, no, we got a lot of no's. Our Mobile Bed Wars player. No. Wrong. You're wrong. We are keeping this draft pick. They got Pojemski out there for the Golden State Warriors. He's in there with the 0.7% chance. The Kings are out here with Keegan Murray. Future Toronto Raptor. Should have been a Toronto Raptor. They're silly for not trading for Pascal. Ime Udoka out there for the Houston Rockets, the Fred Steelers. But by the light of Adam Silver's shiny ball head, we keep it. Hey, Kool-Aid, 100%. That's what's happening. But who's there? Landry Fields. The fact that Landry Fields is here, he's really like a Raptors sentiment. He's a Raptors guy. That's what that's there to amp up our luck. Terrell Bailey, no idea who that guy is. Maybe I'm a fake NBA fan, but no idea who that guy is. But Tayshaun Prince for the Grizzlies? Is he VP of Basketball Affairs? Interesting. You know, he's a Pistons guy out there for whatever. Scotty Barnes, let's go. Bring us luck, Scotty. He's got the All-Star jacket on, it looks like. He's got something with Scotty in number 4. Should be wearing Raptors. Should be wearing a Raptors jersey. Got a little earring on the go. Shout out Scotty Barnes. He's going to bring us luck. Our former number 4 overall pick. What trades do you think there are most likely? We're going to have a lot. Scotty's talking. Okay. Special. Okay, Scotty Barnes speaking into existence. They don't let anyone else talk, but they let Scotty Barnes talk. I love that. Scotty basically came out on the screen and said this is a big moment for the season. You know, getting things turned around, amping things up for this Raptors group. So we love to see that. Scotty Barnes locked in for this NBA draft lottery. Scoot Henderson is here. Interesting. But Scotty Barnes, we love to see this. We love to see this, folks. But we're getting close. We're getting close. Hit that like button. You want the Raptors, hit that pick. If we don't get it and you didn't like, it's your fault. Keep that. It's all on you guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. We're keeping stuff rolling. We're keeping stuff hyped. I mean, we got some tunes. We got some tunes that are going. Throw yeses if you want some country music in here for all the all the Raptors are making their run. But things are going. It's about to start, folks. It's about to start. Spam that like button, baby. Spam it. Spam it. We're about to cook. 39 likes. 39. 230 people in here. That's not good odds, folks. It's not good almonds. We got the Adam Silver out here trying to make things good, make things right for us, but things are about to go crazy. Spam that like button. 43 likes. We got 3 likes. That's CTA. That's all we got. Come on, folks. But Sir Thompson, man, if the Pistons get the number 1 overall pick or something, fine, whatever. I want this pick. Graham. I don't want to put lofty goals like that. I haven't been streaming a lot, so the streams, we're building up that audience. We're building that back up this summer, but basically, what they got Buddy holding the number 1 overall pick ready to go. They're just flaunting that thing around. I have no idea who this man is, but he is just flaunting around my livelihood, our excitement, our mental health lies in what's inside of that envelope, and they are just flaunting around, hyping it up like it's nothing, folks. This is madness. If we get to 100 likes, folks. If we get to 100 likes, this pick is guaranteed. The assistant GM or commissioner is out there on the screen right now. We need to make this happen. Let's make this happen, folks. Let's make this happen. Whoo! They're gassing up State Farm. They're teasing us with ads. 14th pick. Okay. 14th pick. The Blazers did not jump us. Chauncey Billups looks sad. The Sacramento Kings. No jump in here from the Sacramento Kings. This is good. This is good. This is good. Okay. Okay. We don't want people to jump us. OKC from the Houston Rockets. Okay. So that is good. That is good news. This is moments. This is happening right now, folks. This is live. Knocking on wood. Let's make it happen. The Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls. I think this is good. I don't think any teams have jumped us yet. The Utah Jazz. Okay. Okay. Woo! Okay, folks. Okay. It's happening right now. This is live. So the Atlanta Hawks have jumped. Oh, no. That's... Wait. It's gone. No! No! The Toronto Raptors have officially lost their draft pick. The Toronto Raptors have officially lost their draft pick. This is ridiculous. Oh my God. We tanked a full year of basketball. We blew it up. This team fumbled. And we don't get a lottery pick. This is... We had the Shrine. It didn't even fall to 7. It fell to 8. We had 2 teams jump us. I hate Fred VanVleet going to the Rockets, changing these odds. I don't actually hate you, Fred, but I hate you right now. The Spurs? The NBA is rigged to the Spurs, man. They got Wemby last year. They get our pick this year, and they're going to be in the top 4. I guarantee. I'd bet money. I don't sports, but I don't do any of that crazy stuff. But I bet, if I did, that the Spurs are getting that number 1 overall pick. Masai Ujiri. If San Antonio calls you ever again, if R.C. Buford, if Greg Popovich, if Keldon Johnson wants to come out for dinner or something like that, anyone from the Spurs organization ever picks up that phone ever again to the Toronto Raptors, and you answer that, I'm still a Masai Ujiri guy. He's still my dude. He is still that man in my eyes. But if I ever see a Woj tweet with Spurs and Raptors inside of it, fireable offense. Because we have been finessed by the Spurs year after year after year. Year after year after year. We tanked the season and didn't get our draft pick. We could have had a lottery pick. And then all this chatter, all this stuff, this trade deadline. Oh, this draft is bad. We don't need picks. We're going to have 3 picks in this year's draft. All that sort of nonsense. To not trade Bruce Brown to the New York Knicks for another first. And we don't even get our lottery pick. What are we doing? What is the point? Like, I still have faith in Masai. I'm just flustered right now. I'm a bit shook about this right now because, frankly, I was extremely happy with the OG Anunoby trade. I think that was a steal. I think that was a massive W for the Toronto Raptors. A Pistons pick, IQ, and RJ Barrett for OG Anunoby we're seeing now is injury prone. Is going to get paid $40 million. Absolute robbery of the New York Knicks, no matter how good they are playing in the playoffs right now. We traded Pascal Siakam for the 19th pick this year, Kelly Olynyk, who we probably could have gotten free agency, Ochai Agbaji, who is good, but again, didn't seem like the Jazz valued him that high. We probably could have traded something else. And then a pick in 2026 for the Pacers, who have Tyrese Halliburton, Mathurin, and all these dudes. They're not going to be bad. I get Pascal Siakam's an expiring contract and all that type of stuff. But frankly, just pay the man. We should have just extended him, kept him on this offseason, because, frankly, the Toronto Raptors took a risk. And they said, oh, we trade Pascal Siakam, we get to keep our pick this year. Life's jolly. Life's great. You know, lots of fun. We'll be excited and everything like that. But we tanked. We suffered. We didn't tank. We suffered. Now, I don't think it was on purpose. Injuries had a lot to play with that. But when you deplete your roster so much, when you have so many guys out with injury and stuff, and then you on top of it have a depleted roster. When the Raptors look good, a lineup of IQ, of RJ Barrett, Scotty Barnes, Pascal Siakam, and Jakob Poeltl was good. You trade Poeltl for a shooting center, that team makes a ton of sense and probably could compete in the Eastern Conference next year. I'm not saying for a championship, but could compete. And then things don't work out, you have Siakam extended, then you don't get traded Bruce Brown and a bunch of trash-ass picks. I don't want to swear. Lives have got me crazy right now. But a bunch of trash picks. That's what we did. And we did it with the hope, the prayer. My heart was held out with the hope that the Toronto Raptors would tank hard enough to get the number one overall pick. But okay, we'll react to this. See, the Spurs are the 4th pick. Okay, whatever. That's good. That's why I don't bet. We're anti-sports gambling here because I would bet the Spurs get the number 1 pick. The Rockets get 3. What a fraud franchise to get number 3 overall pick. Ime Udoka. I hate the Rockets. Don't like the Rockets. Wow, the Atlanta Hawks got the number 1 pick. Wow. Honestly, I respect that. I respect that for the Hawks. Good job, Hawks. Could have Pascal Siakam. Habs Digest, get out of here. Josh, Jesse, whoever's out here, get out of here with that sort of that match. That's the first time I swear at the channel. This is not good. I am fired up here, folks. I am not happy. At least Landry Fields. Landry Fields stole all our Raptors' luck. This shrine to this man, they mixed up. The basketball gods heard us wrong. They saw Landry Fields. The Hawks knew what they were doing. They knew this stream was coming out, and they said, oh, let's not send Trae Young. Let's not send, DeJounte Murray, one of these random dudes. You know what we're going to do? You know what we're getting rocking? We're taking Landry Fields. We're going to steal all that Raptors luck, that Raptors energy, take a former Toronto Raptor, take a PSP commercial guy downtown Toronto, and we're going to get that number 1 overall pick. And now Landry Fields is getting interviewed by Scotty Barnes, and I'm about to have a mental breakdown out here on this stream. This is not good. If I have to watch another season of this Raptors team being garbage, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to feel. I don't know what's going to happen with this, but it sickens me. The Spurs, they stole a first-round pick for us, the year prior. And they come out the Jakob trade and they steal a lottery pick, the number 8 overall selection from our Raptors team that is tanking. They thieve us. They thieve my childhood self of so many Phoenix Suns playoff series, because my number 2 team growing up was the Phoenix Suns. Steve Nash, obviously, the Canadian rooting for this man. And watching the Spurs just create a bloodbath on the Phoenix Suns year after year. I hate the San Antonio Spurs. I despise that franchise with every fiber of my blood right now. I am sick to my stomach. We went from getting another French first overall pick. I would have learned French. I would have been out here on these streams. Parlez-vous français? To talk about Zachary Rochester. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I would have been out here speaking French on streams, and now we're dealing with the 19th overall selection, which should have been the 15th pick. The Pacers had a 4-way tie with 4 different teams in terms of their overall problem. If the Raptors didn't tank that one game against the Indiana Pacers, instead of having the 19th pick, we decide to rest Emmanuel quickly. Yes, our 23-year-old point guard that needs reps and stuff and all that. We should rest him against the one team that we had their draft pick rights to this season. We rested him. The Raptors win that game. That 19th pick becomes the 15th pick in this year's draft. And then we have a way better sort of potential chance at getting that large pick. I'm not happy. We're suffering together, folks. We're suffering together. Happy I got the stream going, but holy smokes. Yes, if people weren't here for my mental breakdown over the last 20 minutes, the Toronto Raptors did not keep their pick this year. The Toronto Raptors did not keep their pick, and I am depressed. The basketball part of my heart is depressed. I'm extremely happy to be back on these streams, to be back out here with you folks, because the streams are going to be coming. They're going to be coming. Send Bimman saying Ben is going to be bouncing around on George Street tonight. I'm going to be the opposite of bouncing around on George Street. Sunday night, the Raptors, my team, my livelihood, just took a hit. If I go to George Street tonight, I'm going to be sad. A sad boy, somber night out. Oh my god. Yeah, draft terrible, coat move, fire Messiah. Oh my god. Baymax, show the percent graph. Yeah, I don't want... I'm just to depress myself if I see that. We had a 45% chance of keeping this draft pick. What is on the go here, folks? I'm blaming it. I'm blaming it. We didn't hit 100 likes on this stream. Oh my god. I can't believe this. I genuinely am. As a Raptors optimist, as someone that's just a generally optimistic guy, and very passionate about the Toronto Raptors, I suffered through this entire year with just Raptors complete depression. As most Raptors fans did. This is not unique to me. But coming into this draft lottery, I was sure. I didn't forecast. I didn't perceive a world where there was a possibility that we don't get this pick. I didn't see it as something that could happen. I didn't project it. I didn't see it as something that could end up going down. Graham did say it. Told you we need 100 likes. We didn't get 100 likes. But this is not good. This is not good for this Toronto Raptors group. This is not good for this team. As Masai Ujiri sort of put it. As Masai Ujiri sort of said and put out there, a lot of little moves. A lot of these tiny acquisitions, these tiny deals that had to be made. This is where the Raptors are going to have to get better. He knew that the fix was in. He knew all this kind of random stuff here. I can't believe this. They got JJ Redick out here just... I can't believe Bruce Brown's getting paid $20 million. Oh my god. Who cares if we get our pick next year? Do we want people to have a garbage team again? No, we don't. Agreed, Raps. Agreed. But the Raptors to their core will be a treadmill team in 2025, 15-20. This is the pick we wanted. I will not sit back and try to cope with this. Again, I'll still have confidence. This isn't, the end of the world for the Toronto Raptors, but this is the worst case scenario. For a team that sucked this season, for a year of suffering from Toronto Raptors fans, this is absolutely, without a doubt, the worst case scenario. The Pacers won a ton of games, and the Raptors didn't get their pick. Absolute monumental fumble by Masai Ujiri is what it is. Now, this isn't to say that the Toronto Raptors can't be better next season. That isn't to say that the future of this organization is nerfed. I still trust Masai Ujiri than your average GM. Again, trust is waning, but he won us a championship. He's made some good moves. And we've had some hits. We've had some home runs at times. And later, the 19th pick, 31st pick, we have two good draft selections this year. But frankly, there's been some generational fumbles lately. Generational. That's might be exaggerating. I don't know. But the Raptors can be fine. There's a world where things come together for this team and we'll be happy, we'll be good. Things are all hunky-dory. IQ takes that leap. RJ Barrett continues that, ascendance forward. Scotty Barnes, an all-star next season. We figure out what the heck is going on, the forward position for this Toronto Raptors group. There is a world where all is fine. But it could have been a whole lot finer if we didn't trade that first pick for a center that doesn't make free throws. Just being honest. I like Jakob Poeltl. I think Poeltl's good. I think he's good. But he can't make free throws, so you can't play him at the end of games. He's not a lob threat, so he's a floor spacing, not nightmare because he rolls well. He's a high IQ sort of dunker spot player. He can finish around the rim, but he's not an over-the-rim sort of guy. We traded, in a year of tanking, a lottery pick for Poeltl, as well as 2 seconds. So that would have been the 36th overall pick this year. Let's not throw that out the window like it's nothing. You don't have our second for this season either. 2 seconds and a first. And whatever the heck we had to do to fill up that salary cap. And frankly, I want to come out here with some receipts, actually. Because my stance didn't change. And last year, not this trade deadline, but the trade deadline prior, I woke up 7 a.m. I woke up before work. And I recorded a video in the morning about how the Toronto Raptors made a trade for Jakob Poeltl. I thought it was a good trade at the time. I thought it made sense. a first-round pick that had some protections on it, I thought it was a good deal to bring in Jakob Poeltl when I saw the protections. But then I made a video later that day. And I took some heat for it. Because I said, I don't know why I titled it, but the frame of the video was the Raptors there's a serious risk taken. Because the protections were revealed later in that day. And I said, hey, Masai, master negotiator, the guy we put our trust, our faith into, Masai Ujiri, you couldn't negotiate with the San Antonio Spurs, who are going to lose Poeltl for free in the offseason, wanting to desperately get off of him so they had a good chance at Victor Wembanyama. You couldn't negotiate a top 10 protection on that draft pick versus top 6. There's receipts out there on YouTube. I made a video on it. People in the comment section, no, we got a center, we're going to be good, all this type of stuff. You know, the Doomers were all just hating the trade from the jump. I wasn't in the Doomer camp by any means. But someone in the optimist camp, I was disappointed. The Toronto Raptors couldn't get a top 10 protection on it. Because if things go monumentally bad, they wouldn't get bad enough for us to be, guaranteed top 4 selection team or something like that. This is the situation, this is the area, this is the range we were going to fall in the worst case scenario. And the worst case scenario happened. Masai Ujiri leaned into it. OG Anunoby wasn't a bad trade. Absolute finesse for Masai. Dealing Pascal Siakam for Bruce Brown and a bunch of garbage picks was not good. Was not a good move. It could have been saved. It could have been salvaged by the fact that Toronto Raptors could have had a lottery pick in this year's draft. But that didn't happen. The risk didn't pay off. I recorded a video from on my knees in the corner of a Boston airport with a jacket, with a fur coat, with a parka on, out there saying, this is a massive risk for the Raptors. And when you're throwing out risks, you're throwing out these things to get excited, to get amped up about, where you get crazy praise, and I was ready to get hyped. I was ready to get excited. But when you take a risk like that, and it doesn't fall through, it doesn't go our way, it's a setback, man. It's a setback for a team that is the epitome of mid right now. Now, development to Scotty, development to IQ, development to RJ Barrett, Ochai Agbaji. There's a group here, there's a world where things get bright for this team. I am not down on the future of this Toronto Raptors group. But, frankly, there was some generational fumbles here. People are saying you haven't seen the deal pan out. Pacers will give us another mid-first round pick next season. That pick is coming in 2027, Al Sems. But, or 2027, 2026, I think. But, too much yelling. I can't not yell here now, folks. I can't. I'm too fired up about this here now at this point. But, yeah, Siakam wanted to stay on the Toronto Raptors long term. Don't get that twisted. The Raptors should have maxed that man, saw how this Raptors roster looked, because frankly, a starting unit of IQ, RJ, Scotty, Pascal, Jakob Poeltl looked good before Jakob Poeltl went down with injury. That team looked nice this season. And letting 3 young guys develop around that group, maybe readjust, sort of, trust Jakob Poeltl, with a more shooting big man. If Kelly Olynyk in there, they're like, that team is good. But we traded Pascal for, I don't want to say garbage picks, but garbage picks. We traded for Bruce Brown, whose value has absolutely tanked, and it will be a reclamation just fantasy to think that the Raptors will be able to get a first-round pick from him now at this point. I mean, I don't know. And again, I haven't lost my faith in Masai Ujiri. I haven't lost my faith in Masai. Don't get me wrong. I'm fired up. These are here to be reactions. These are here to have the immediate raw reaction out for stuff. But we didn't have the money to pay Pascal Siakam. He's a mediocre player. Be awakening. You know what? Who else are we going to pay with that money? Let's give $40 million to Bruce Brown and Gary Trent Jr. That's what we should do with Pascal Siakam's money, eh? That the right move? That the right play? Is that what we should be doing with all of our flexibility and cap space? Or you pick up Pascal Siakam, have him on a longer-term deal, so teams like the Pacers, the Sacramento Kings, the Atlanta Hawks, all these groups look at that and say, hey, we could get a bona fide all-star locked in on a long-term contract? Wow, we might offer up something more than garbage first-round picks and Bruce Brown. That would be crazy. Wow. You up his trade value, and if things work out, you have a guy that's a proven number 2 option on the championship team. I'm not taking none of that nonsense. That Pacers trade was bad. It was bad. I'm out here saying it. I don't care. It was a risk. It was a stupid risk. And even if it panned out, it would have been bad because we're not our pick next year anyways. Logical Raptors fanatic, I hope so. I hope he's traded for a first-round pick because, frankly, as good as Bruce Brown is, I think he's a good basketball player. The dude makes no sense in the context of our team right now. He just doesn't. He just doesn't. I hope he proves me wrong because he's a likable dude. He's a guy I'm looking to root for. But, no. We should have paid Siakam. Pay the guy. He's a star that wants to be here. Figure out if, like, hey, why don't we do what we did in 2014, which completely turned around this franchise? You have DeMar, you have Rudy Gay, you have Kyle Lowry, all the rumors, everything being brought up about, hey, we're blowing it up. So we trade Rudy Gay. We make a deal like that happen. And then you have a guy like Kyle Lowry, you have DeMar DeRozan, who are rumored to be in packages. But you are just getting undercut. You are getting garbage packages sent your way. You're getting the likes of Iman Shumpert and like a first for Kyle Lowry in 2014. Masai Ujiri said, hey, let's just see how this goes. Let's see how this rides. The Raptors, if you don't remember, there's a point in the season we're winning games. We were so close to a little pizza party. We were getting hyped up. We were getting amped. We were getting excited. And then Hurdle goes down with injury. We don't have a center at that point. So the Kelly Olynyk was not on this team. Christian Koloko had blood clots in his lungs. We didn't have a center. The issue that's plagued this team for years. And then we look at that team, oh no, this group can't do nothing. Let's just sell low on Siakam. Let's just sell low. Let's just trade him for garbage. Let's do that. That's a smart move. I don't know. Masai can prove me wrong by drafting a generational prospect in this 19th pick. He can prove me wrong. He can shut me up live. I hope he does. Because my Raptors delusionalness will come back. And then Be a Life is saying it too, out there in the chat. We're making this straight. Like, you couldn't even get Obi Toppin? Jarace Walker? From the Pacers? They play the same position. They play the same position as Pascal Siakam. Free agents galore. All that type of madness. And we couldn't get one of those guys. Like, read a negotiate. Masai Ujiri is a great trader. He's finessed people all over the years. But, like, read a negotiation book. Get us Obi Toppin at least. Get us anything. Anything. I don't know. I don't want this to be a Masai Ujiri slander fest. I don't want this to be like a big ol' bash on him. But I still have complete faith as I watch Precious Achiuwa finish down the lane on starting on the we have 3 Toronto Raptors out here. I think OG is still hurt, but 3 Toronto Raptors out here, core rotation pieces for the Eastern Conference semifinals thing going on right now at this point. But I don't want this to become a big old just trash on Masai fest. I don't want that to be the case. I don't want that to happen. But frankly, I wasn't happy with the Pacers trade when it went on. I wasn't, it could have played out well. We get a number 1 overall pick, and then, the risks taken, the odds, everything looks good, right? This team is sick. But, like, holy smokes. That NBA I appreciate you. Appreciate you with the super chat. My super chat animation graphics all cooked, but it will be back here now after. But I appreciate you. But Jay Baines, I love Masai, but I feel like his reign is over. I don't think his reign is over yet. I don't think his reign is over by any means. But Jeffrey M, I'm not embarrassing myself here. The Pacers trade was bad. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is not an F Masai sort of sort of hate going on here. The truth is, y'all are armchair GMs and Masai is one of the best executives. No one's saying he isn't. But when moves objectively go bad, when things objectively don't work out, and you don't talk about it, then you're just wrong. I still have faith in Masai in the future going forward. And we have our first actual rebuild where we have flexibility, we have options, it's a sunk cost, all that. But the Toronto Raptors took a risk on a group that won us an NBA championship. I don't blame Masai Ujiri for making that bet. I don't whatsoever. You know, Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet, after that 2021 playoffs, where Scottie Barnes, rookie year, alongside OG, Pascal, all those dudes, took us to the 5th seed in the Eastern Conference. A very, very young core group. Took us to the 5th seed at a competitive series against the Sixers. That team deserved a second chance. It deserved to have a run going through with Jakob Poeltl. I'm happy Masai Ujiri tried it, because if he blew up that team at that point, frankly, I would have been frustrated. As a fan of this team, as a fan of these players, I would have been frustrated. Masai Ujiri was right to do that, to try it. Now, could he have made better moves? Did it end up being an objectively rough decision, rough move, to deal away a lottery pick in 2 seconds for a guy that was about to enter free agency? You didn't have a ton of leverage, or the Spurs didn't have a ton of leverage whatsoever. You couldn't even get a top 10 protection on that deal. That's a bad move. Trading Pascal Siakam for a deal, again, Kelly Olynyk Agbaji could work out. It could work out. But you could have just got so much more. You could have got so much more, man. You could have got so much more. You could have got so much more. Very, very disappointing, Gregory. Very disappointing. For people that don't know, the 340 people in here right now, Raptors did not get their draft pick. If you couldn't tell by my yelling, by my sadness, by my despair out here live on this YouTube video. But it's generational. Not generational. It feels generational right now. I'll feel better in a little bit. But Carter trade was far worse than Siakam. Yeah, I didn't say this was the worst trade in Raptors history. But, you know, it wasn't a good trade. Ben, answer me this. Took Masai Ujiri. Masai took over in 2013, won championship 2019. Name a few things I've accomplished. That. You think building a championship team is easy? I'm disappointed you're rude to our GM. Be awakening. I've been the most grateful guy on YouTube for Masai Ujiri. Thank you. I've been the most grateful guy on YouTube to that man. He's not our GM. He's our president of basketball operations. But if he makes a mistake, if this Raptors organization takes the wrong path, and people expect me to sit here and just be happy about our Raptors team sucking, about me having to watch 82 games, probably over 1,000 hours of Raptors basketball next season, and there's a chance we have to watch that mid-garbage that we watched this entire season again, suffer through all of that, we have to put everything through that, and we can't give our honest reactions, and that is disingenuous. That was bad. And that is bad. It got so bad. This team got so bad. Now you can see it in the chat right now. Watch the live after. Mavericks Digest is in there. You know who that is? Our former Raptors live streamer. He converted. He bailed. He jumped ship. Marcel jumped ship. That's what Masai did to this channel. He did to this organization. He did to everything. And now Marcel gets to watch Luka absolutely cook our Canadian players in the playoffs. I can't handle this. I can't handle this. I'm going off. I'm not happy with this. Logic Raptors fan, casuals are hurt, but it's okay. I'm hurt. If you're not hurt, then you're a casual. Because you don't care about this team enough. If you're not hurt, you don't care about this team enough. Masai made Marcel leave. He made Marcel leave. He was converted. He was converted to the Dallas. He's been in Dallas too long. But he's got the Raptors tattoo. And he became a Mavericks fan. This is not good, folks. Now we have to watch Pascal OG make the conference finals, which I respect. But OKC might finish him off. It's true. But we got Mavs Digest. We got Thunder Digest. I'm rooting for whatever. Raptors top 4 team next year. Agreed. You're right. I don't care about the rest. That's tough. Unlikely we get Edie. Teams are lying. They want it bad, right, Ben? We'll see. My heart isn't here for objective analysis at this point. I was ready to come in, break down our next picks. Break down. I had the graphics loaded. They're edited. Ready to go. But frankly, things are sad right now. Things are sad. Things are not good. Life goes on. I promise you, Ben. You'll be surprised at how things change. You'll be surprised even yourself. I hope so. I'm still optimistic about this Raptors team. I love RJ Barrett. I love Emmanuel Quickley. I love Scotty Barnes. And I love Ochai Agbaji. I love Grady Dick. I'm still happy with the future of this team. But the Raptors took a risk, and it blew up in our face just then. We just had a big old Woj bomb straight in our face. And it's just, it's brutal. Some same casuals who cried over the DeRozan trade of the Siakam stands right now. There's a very different group of people that cried over the DeRozan trade and that cried over the Siakam stuff. There's that is something I know. That is different people. OKC getting cooked. Don't play with us. Jeez Louise. Marcel getting the Mavs tattoo. It's converted. Converted. Time to draft Edie. People are fired up right now. Bring back Riker. Tried bringing back Riker, folks. I tried my best. He disappeared again. I genuinely don't know where the heck he went. So maybe Riker been better luck in this lottery odds. Ben, we could have drafted Andrew Nembhard Canadian last year. Masai didn't draft him. He was ahead of us. Andrew Nembhard was ahead of our second round pick. I remember he got drafted in that round, and I was fired up because he could have fell to us. But he didn't. We didn't have a chance to really draft him. You guys ungrateful for Masai Ujiri? He won us a championship just 5 years ago. No one's ungrateful to Masai Ujiri. He is one of the best GMs, presidents, front office guys in the NBA. No one is ungrateful. I still have full faith in the man to turn around this organization. But he made some fumbles. 2020, he looked at that Raptors group and saw that we didn't play Serge Ibaka, we didn't play Marc Gasol to close out that playoff series, and said, hey, we can run a full season without a center. And frankly, I think he would have been right. I think he would have been right if we made the playoffs. If we made one of those postseason runs and stuff. But we played Joel Embiid in that playoff series. We got eaten down low and all that. But the wear and tear, the grind of an overall season of a guy like OG Anunoby, who is a 3 in this NBA, playing the 5 night or defending centers night in, night out, alongside Chris Boucher, Pascal Siakam, those types of dudes. It just didn't make sense for a full season. But it's a risk I think it was worth taking. The 6'9" vision, I don't think that was a horrible sort of idea. But it didn't work out. This isn't me calling Masai Ujiri dumb, calling for him to be fired, or calling for anything like that. But it just didn't work out, and he admitted to it. Tried out a vision, tried to be, looking 10 light years ahead like the Golden State Warriors and stuff. It didn't work out. Fair. We trade for Jakob Pertl, bring in a center around a group that won an NBA a bunch of core pieces that won an NBA championship to build a more regular roster. We traded this year's pick for it. Didn't work out. It didn't work out. It's how it goes. Whatever. This isn't... You can have nuanced takes on people. This isn't hey, let's just have there's a lot of YouTubers, a lot of people in general. That's either just a giant sort of, whatever, a little circle, whatever, around players and hate fests around players. That's a common thing. A lot of people out here doing that around this Raptors team. They either love guys, hate guys, fire guys, these guys, all that type of stuff. It's a big spectrum. And it's stupid. We have to be honest. We have to be out here about this group. When it's bad, it's bad. When we make bad moves. That doesn't mean Masai Ujiri is washed and it's over and stuff. We have Marcel live out here calling. Mavericks Digest Marcel out here calling live. You have 30 seconds before I hang up on you right now, Marcel. You're in the mic.
All right.
You have 30 seconds.
Sweet, but Ben, are you okay?
No,
Because I need
I'm not.
You and the rest of,
I'm not.
I need you and the whole Raptors fan base to understand that this is not the end. I have a strong feeling it's going to get a lot worse before it gets a lot better. There is a lot more work that needs to be done. No lottery pick, still got the first round pick, but no lottery pick, meaning there is still work to do. I understand we're upset. You may not want to fire Bobby on the side, but there is work to be done. I don't want to be that guy. So I have a question for you, Ben. Are we wasting Scotty's formative years in the NBA right now?
We're not wasting time. We got RJ, we got IQ. I don't know if the mic ended up picking up a ton of that, but Marcel's coming in with a nice positivity fest, supporting the Raptors group. He's doing that to maintain his image. I'm calling you out here live, Marcel, because you turned your back on this Raptors team. You turned your back on this Raptors group. You turned your back. When we were down, you joined the Luka bandwagon. You joined those folks down there in Dallas. And you're out here gaslighting us, saying, "Oh, let's go Raptors. Let's get this going. Let's get all hunky dory, joyful, and all positive out here and stuff." Because this is what this channel is all about. But you're out there as you turn your back on this Raptors group, Marcel. You go down there and probably gonna make the NBA Finals out there in the Western Conference. You're out here like this and gaslighting us, saying that we're wasting Scotty's future. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing.
For y'all to actually be ready. I mean, look at the Oklahoma City Thunder. How long did they have to play babysitters to a bunch of college freshmen to where they're not competing in the playoffs? The Raptors can't try to compete every year while you can't reconstruct the roster and compete at the same time. It's not working.
It will work. It will work. RJ Barrett is sweeping the Dallas Mavericks in the finals next year. And those people are calling for you to come back. You hear that, folks? See, this hate, you're getting hung up on, Marcel. I don't even think the people could hear you. We're losing viewers. But he left us. Go watch Mavs Digest if you want your daily dose of Mavericks content. But appreciate you, Marcel. But this is not good. It's sinking in now. The emotions are just roaring through. Apologies. You guys couldn't hear it. Marcel's trying to gas up this team. He's trying to gaslight us Raptors fans into wasting Scotty's years. He's trying to be positive, redeem his image as he left us for the old Mavs Digest. It's not good. But you know what? Things will be fine. Things will be fine. The one thing about this Raptors team, we find a way. When things look desperate, when things look sad, when we're not happy with what's going on, we find a way. We get things sort of going. But I can't wait for the Mavs to die. Center OKC. Yeah, we got a Thunder Digest too. Whoever you're rooting for in that series, go check out Thunder Digest. Bryson's the man down there. Marcel's the man over on Mavs Digest. But we got Knicks Digest. Who else is there in the playoffs? You want your Digest content, baby? We got it. Leafs Digest. I'm plugging out here now. You're a fan of the Raptors. Well, you're desperate. You're sad enough. You're also a fan of the Leafs. Then Darius and Nick are absolutely crushing it on Leafs Digest. They're cranking out like 4 videos a day. They're going on demon mode. Shout out to Leafs Digest. Throw some W's in the chat for that channel. Jay's Digest for the Toronto Raptors teams. But, whew. Whoo. Whoo. It's tough. I'm coming back down to earth. Toronto's to get our back. Toronto's to get our back. I can't even read. Toronto has to get our get back for all those LeBronto years. Yeah. We got our chip, though. Magic gets quickly. Then I'm sorry. They're getting Scotty, too, yeah. Let's go! Leafs Digest out here in the chat. Let's ride. Better not ever try the 6'9". George, if we ever try the 6'9" vision again, then that's not going to be good. Goody's out there married. Shout out Goody. Or engaged. Shout out to Goody as well. Shout out to Riker. Shout out to everyone out there. Pink, Axel, Otil. Appreciate you for becoming a channel member. Channel memberships. The streams are coming back. You get all the little emotes. They're getting updated there now at this point too. R for saying nice hair. You know, I'm influenced by the Leafs Digest guys. Trying to get the hair looking good. But we're in shambles all because of that team. I hate the Spurs. It's tough. Leafs Digest, I can't tell who's worse, Leafs or Raptors. We have Mavericks Digest just straight up killing. Marcel's out here grilling our Toronto teams. I hate to see it. Now he just jumped the Mavs bandwagons. So good, you know. Where's Josh? You got to call him. Hey. Josh, he's engaged, man. He got the MB crying emojis we got out there. Shout out, Pink. Appreciate you. But don't want to hear anything from the fans that still want to win meaningless games last season. That's what happens when you don't understand when a team sucks and they need to start playing for the draft. Still a real one. Not wrong. Meanwhile, Raps will be fighting for the Pistons. Oh my goodness. If we have years of just sadness, of madness, it won't be good. Gregory's saying, can I start a Pistons Digest? Reach out. Reach out to me personally on IG. Reach out to info@digestmedia.ca. Ben Rogers at digestmedia.ca. If you're interested in covering sports, folks, we're expanding. We have 22 channels now at this point. We're growing this thing to the moon. But I never the Reactor Pearl fan boys from last year to come out. I don't know what that is. It could be worse. The Pistons didn't get top four. The Pistons are rough. Blue Jays are just bad. They had a fun game the other night, though. Jays Digest are out here as well. Toronto Blue Jays say hello. Mavericks Digest, tough. What Digest will Marcel jump to when the Mavs go down? He's going to be a Lakers guy. He's going to go to whatever team Rudy Gobert is on. That's what Mavericks Digest. That's what Marcel's going to jump to. I know it. But this draft sucks. Number one pick or bust. Nah. I make it Rockets Digest. If you're a Rockets fan, if you want to cover a team, we are on the hunt for creators all over the place. So let me know. Pacers Digest, it's all coming. At least Digest, look at us in the playoffs while the Raptors are not only failing the regular season. This is just becoming a hate fest onto our teams, onto our squads and stuff. If you're actually interested, Pistons Digest, reach out. Ben Rogers at digestmedia.ca. But folks, I appreciate all of you that have suffered with me here today. We're suffering this together. I'm not sure if it's starting next week, but weekly live streams, potentially more coming this off season. Tech setup is about to look crazy. We are really, really excited. But might have to make a channel called Rigged Digest. Yeah, this is rigged. San Antonio, they fleeced us. I'm a fun guy. They did fleece us. Marcel has been killing him. Memes aside. Shout out to Marcel. He is absolutely crushing on Maps Digest. But we get a WNBA team. Covered that last video, Dante, but we are getting the team. I'll be talking about that on Raps Digest as well. I'm actually excited. Like, memes aside, we used to do the WNBA fact. Riker used to roast WNBA a bunch, but used to get the WNBA fact out here. But there's like interesting players. There's like storylines. You know, that's what we want from these teams. So it keeps, obviously watching good basketball is always good, but to stay involved, to cover it, you need good storylines. It's good storylines at WNBA now. So I'm excited for it. But folks, I really appreciate every single one of you. Appreciate everyone that's tuned in. Streams will be back consistently. Lots of fun content coming. And the videos, I'm working my butt off to make these videos 1,000 times better. For Raps, for across the network, for everything like that. So, appreciate every single one of you. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. But you guys are the best. I'm signing out. Cheers. I need a stream ending soon graphic.